Have you ever been in the middle of a passionate moment and thought, is this real? Or is he just playing a part? You're not alone. So many women wonder if the man they're with is making love, or just having sex. Here's the truth. When a man's feelings are deep and genuine, he expresses them in ways he doesn't even realize. This video uncovers 5 intimate behaviors men only show when their love is authentic. And trust me, they're not what most people think. These aren't just sweet gestures or surface-level signs. These are raw, vulnerable, and deeply revealing moments that happen when a man is emotionally invested in you, mind, body, and soul. If you're tired of guessing where you stand or questioning the connection you share, this video will open your eyes. Because love isn't always declared with words. It's revealed in how he touches you, looks at you, and holds you after the moment passes. By the end of this video, you won't just understand him better. You'll finally know whether what you have is real love or a beautiful illusion. Let's dive in. When it comes to relationships, many people separate emotional love from physical intimacy. But in reality, the two are powerfully connected, especially for men who are emotionally invested. Lovemaking isn't just a physical act. It becomes a mirror of intention, trust, and truth. A man who genuinely loves you will not just be focused on the act itself. He'll be deeply connected to the experience, the energy between you, and how you feel throughout it. In fact, one of the clearest indicators of a man's true intentions is the way he shows up in those intimate moments. Because in that vulnerable space where bodies speak louder than words and masks tend to fall away, it's nearly impossible to fake emotional presence. If he's only interested in gratification, his energy will feel detached, rushed, or performance-driven. But if his love is real, he becomes more attuned, more giving, and more emotionally exposed in ways he might not be in everyday life. This doesn't mean the connection is always perfect or dramatic. Sometimes it's the smallest gestures that speak volumes. Lingering eye contact, a quiet check-in to see if you're okay, the way he slows down just to savor your presence. These actions don't come from a place of habit or manipulation. They come from a heart-centered connection. He may not even fully understand himself. And here's what's truly powerful. Lovemaking, when it stems from genuine love, often feels safer, deeper, and more emotionally fulfilling. There's a mutual softness, a surrender on both sides, that doesn't exist when the connection is purely physical. That's because real love makes space for vulnerability. A man in love isn't afraid to be gentle. He's not just seeking release. He's seeking closeness, oneness, and emotional resonance with you. So if you've ever felt off after being intimate with someone, or questioned why something felt emotionally empty despite the physical closeness, that's your intuition trying to speak. On the flip side, if you've ever felt truly seen, held, and emotionally met during intimacy, it's likely because his intentions were rooted in more than desire. They were rooted in love. In the next section, we'll start breaking down the first powerful sign that proves when a man's love is sincere. And it all starts with presence, because when his heart is in it, you'll feel it in every moment. When a man genuinely loves you, his presence during lovemaking shifts from performance to deep emotional engagement. He's not thinking about how impressive he looks, or checking off a list of moves. Instead, he's fully immersed in the moment, with you. His goal isn't to impress, it's to connect. Presence is about being mentally, emotionally, and physically in tune. A man who's in love doesn't treat intimacy like a routine. He's not on autopilot, or trying to mimic something he's seen in media. He's responding to you, your reactions, your comfort, your needs. He's tuned into the way your body moves, the way your breath changes, and even the silence in between. He's listening without words. You'll notice this difference immediately. There's a certain calmness in his energy, a stillness in the way he holds space. He isn't rushing or trying to achieve some idealized result. His focus is entirely on how you feel, not how well he performs. That alone is a powerful sign of love, because it requires humility, vulnerability, and deep care. It shows he's willing to drop the ego and prioritize connection over perfection. This kind of presence also creates safety. You feel emotionally held, not just physically touched. You're not worried about being judged, rushed, or misunderstood. You can be yourself, flaws, insecurities, emotions, and all, because his attention isn't conditional. He sees you, not just your body. And in that space, lovemaking becomes transformative. It becomes a moment of shared truth, not just pleasure. Performance, on the other hand, is often ego-driven. A man who's not emotionally invested may focus more on how he did afterward, rather than how you felt. He may ask questions like, "Did you finish?" But not because he genuinely cares. It's more about validation. In contrast, a present man already knows if you felt good because he was there with you the entire time. He saw it in your body language. He felt it through your energy. He didn't need a scoreboard. He needed connection. Presence also means he's emotionally available in that moment. He doesn't retreat afterward or disappear into silence. He stays with you, sometimes without saying a word, because love doesn't end when the act does. He might stroke your hair, hold your hand, or simply lay there breathing with you. That stillness is full of meaning. It's his heart saying, "I'm here. I'm not going anywhere." So if you're wondering whether a man's love is real, observe how present he is when you're most vulnerable. Does he make you feel seen and safe, or just satisfied and sent off? True love is never performative. It's felt in the quietest moments, the smallest gestures, and the depth of his presence. And when a man is truly in love, presence becomes his most powerful form of affection. There's a kind of eye contact that goes far beyond attraction. It reaches straight into the soul. When a man genuinely loves you, the way he looks at you during lovemaking isn't just physical. It's emotionally charged, deeply vulnerable, and profoundly intimate. You'll feel it instantly, even if you can't quite describe it. His gaze isn't just on your body, it's locked into you, who you are, what you're feeling, and what you mean to him in that moment. Eye contact is one of the most revealing, unfiltered forms of communication. It can't be rehearsed or faked for long. A man who's only interested in surface-level intimacy often avoids deep eye contact. He may close his eyes, look away, or seem distracted, because maintaining a gaze requires emotional presence, not just physical participation. It means letting down your guard and allowing another person to really see you. And that can be terrifying unless there's real love behind it. But when a man is in love, his eye contact becomes a kind of emotional anchor. It grounds the experience. It says, "I'm here, with you, for you." In that moment, it's not about lust, it's about connection. It's not about getting lost in fantasy. It's about being fully awake to reality. The kind of reality where you are not just seen as a body but cherished as a human being. You'll notice that this type of eye contact often comes with a softness, a calm intensity that feels almost sacred. It doesn't break easily. He might look at you with wonder, even admiration, not because of what you're doing but because of who you are. He's captivated, not just aroused. He's engaged, not just entertained. And when that happens, time slows down. The outside world fades and it becomes just the two of you, soul to soul, not just skin to skin. This level of connection can bring up strong emotions, even tears, because it taps into something far deeper than passion. It touches love in its rawest, purest form. And that's when you know this isn't about performance. This isn't about ego. This is about being known and still being held. And let's be honest, eye contact during vulnerability takes courage. For a man, maintaining that gaze while fully open to another person emotionally and physically is a powerful act of love. It's him saying, "I'm not hiding. I want you to see me, and I want to see you." That kind of mutual seeing creates trust, safety, and unmatched intimacy. So the next time you're together, notice his eyes. Are they avoiding yours, or are they saying everything he can't put into words? Because a man in love doesn't just look at you, he sees you, and that gaze will tell you everything you need to know. There's a language that speaks louder than words, and it's spoken entirely through touch. One of the clearest signs a man is genuinely in love with you is what he does after the climax, when the excitement fades and the silence sets in. It's in these quiet, unguarded moments that real emotions come to the surface. And if he reaches for you, wraps his arms around you, or gently pulls you into his chest, that's not just comfort, it's protection. It's love. When a man is emotionally invested, his instincts after intimacy shift from "I'm done" to "you're safe." He doesn't just roll over or disconnect, he stays. He holds, he makes sure you're okay. Emotionally, physically, and energetically. It's not out of obligation, but out of a deep unconscious need to reassure you. To say without speaking, "I've got you." Protective touch isn't just physical, it's spiritual. It creates a bubble of safety, where you feel like you can breathe, relax, and just exist, without judgment. He may stroke your back, play with your hair, kiss your forehead, or simply rest his hand on your waist. These aren't performative gestures. They're instinctual. They're rooted in the very core of what love feels like when it's real. A desire to make sure the person you care about feels seen, valued, and secure. And this moment matters, Because after physical intimacy, many women are at their most emotionally vulnerable. Your heart is wide open. Your nervous system is sensitive. Your spirit is waiting to see if this was just sex or something more. A man who truly loves you understands this, whether consciously or not. That's why he doesn't pull away. He pulls you close. Now contrast that with someone who disconnects immediately, whether he's reaching for his phone, falling asleep, or heading to the shower without so much as a glance. That's not love, that's distance. And over time it leaves a woman feeling used, unseen, and emotionally starved. But when he stays with you, touches you gently, and continues to hold space after the passion fades, it fills you with reassurance, peace, and warmth. Even silence can become powerful in that moment. No words need to be exchanged, because his body language already says everything. You matter to me. This wasn't just physical. I'm still here. And in a world where so many people love halfway, that kind of full presence, especially after intimacy, is one of the purest signs of a love that's both rare and real. So pay close attention to what happens after. The act may end, but love doesn't. And a man who continues to hold you long after the lights dim is showing you exactly where his heart stands, wrapped around you in quiet protection, saying more than words ever could. When a man is truly in love with you, something profound shifts in how he approaches intimacy. Your experience becomes just as important, if not more important, than his own. He's not just seeking pleasure. He's deeply invested in how you feel. Every move, every pause, every touch is done with intention. Because he genuinely wants you to feel desired, cherished, and fulfilled. This is more than physical. It's emotional generosity. You'll notice the difference immediately. He listens to your body. He takes his time. He's not rushing toward a finish line or focused solely on his satisfaction. Instead, he's fully attuned to you, your breath, your energy, your comfort. He checks in without even asking. His awareness of you becomes second nature. And that's because your pleasure isn't a box to tick. It's a reflection of the love he feels. This is where real emotional intimacy becomes visible. He's not trying to impress you with technique or ego-driven move. He wants to create a moment that makes you feel seen, safe, and connected. That kind of presence doesn't come from lust. It comes from love. Because when a man loves you, making you feel good becomes a form of giving, not taking. It becomes an act of devotion, not performance. And this doesn't just mean physical satisfaction. Although that's certainly part of it, it means paying attention to your emotional state throughout the entire experience. If something feels off, he slows down. If you're quiet, he notices. If you're shy or self-conscious, he reassures you. Not with words necessarily, but with gentleness, with patience, with effort, because real love is intuitive like that. He also honors your boundaries without question. There's no pressure, no guilt, no subtle manipulation. He values your trust more than the moment. That alone is one of the strongest signs of genuine love. He understands that true intimacy doesn't happen without emotional safety, and he's willing to earn that every time. When a man prioritizes your experience, you don't walk away feeling used or uncertain. You feel valued. You feel desired in a way that isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. He makes you feel like you're the only one in the world. And for those few sacred moments, you believe it because it's real. This is also where the emotional bond between two people deepens. When you're with someone who puts your experience first, it fosters trust. It builds confidence in the relationship. It allows you to open up in ways you never thought possible, because you know, without a doubt, that his intention is to give, not just take. So if you're wondering whether he really loves you, ask yourself this: when you're together, does he make sure you feel seen, safe, and satisfied? If he does, without expecting anything in return, you've found something rare. Because love, in its truest form, is selfless. And when a man's in love, your joy becomes his joy, your comfort becomes his priority, and your experience becomes sacred. One of the most powerful and rarest signs that a man truly loves you is his emotional vulnerability during intimacy. For many men, expressing feelings can be uncomfortable, even scary. Society often teaches them to stay guarded, appear strong, and never let their emotions show too deeply. But love breaks down those walls. And during moments of true intimacy, you'll see glimpses of a man's heart that he doesn't reveal anywhere else. This kind of vulnerability isn't always loud. It's not about dramatic declarations or Hollywood-style confessions. Often it's quiet, subtle, and deeply sincere. You'll see it in the way he holds you a little tighter, You'll hear it in the catch in his breath, the softness in his voice, or the tremble in a whispered "I love you." You'll feel it in the way he opens up without fear, because in that moment, he feels emotionally safe with you. When a man is emotionally vulnerable during lovemaking, he's not wearing a mask, he's not performing. He's allowing you to see him fully, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. That kind of openness is a massive act of trust. It means he's not afraid of being judged. He's not trying to control the moment. He's simply present, raw, real, and emotionally exposed. You might notice him sharing things he hasn't before about his past, his fears, his hopes. He might admit to how deeply he cares about you, or even get emotional during or after the moment. Some men cry, others go quiet, not because something is wrong, but because what they're feeling is so real that they can't hide it. That's not weakness, that's love in one of its strongest, purest forms. This level of emotional vulnerability also shows that he's connected to more than your body. He's connected to you. He trusts you enough to let down the armor. And that's a gift. Because when a man is in love, his need to be in control fades. He doesn't fear intimacy, he embraces, and intimacy becomes less about the act itself, and more about the emotional exchange between two souls, who truly see one another. The truth is, emotional vulnerability during intimacy is the bridge between physical connection and deep emotional bonding. It turns lovemaking into something sacred, something healing. When a man lets his guard down with you in this way, he's showing you the depth of his heart, not just the desire of his body. So if you've ever been with someone who showed you this side of himself, who wasn't afraid to feel, to open up, to be seen, you've experienced something real, something rare. Because a man who loves you with his whole heart won't hide that heart from you in the moments that matter most. He'll hand it to you trembling, open and full of truth. And that's when you'll know, this is love. When you begin to recognize these subtle but powerful signs of genuine love, his presence, his eye contact, his protective touch, his prioritization of your experience, and his emotional vulnerability, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, even emotional. These are rare and sacred signals of a man opening his heart to you in ways words alone can't fully express. But the question is, how do you respond? The most powerful thing you can do is meet him there, not with pressure, but with presence. Just as he shows you love through actions, you can respond through emotional openness. Acknowledge the connection. Don't rush past it. If you feel seen, held, or deeply moved, let him know. Vulnerability is a two-way street. And when you mirror his depth with your own emotional availability, the bond between you strengthens in ways that are almost unbreakable. You don't need grand gestures. Sometimes a soft smile, a lingering touch, or a quiet "I feel really close to you right now" is enough to affirm what he's giving. It tells him he's safe too. Remember, many men struggle to express emotions or fear being rejected for showing too much. Your reassurance can mean everything. Also, be gentle. If he's showing signs of emotional vulnerability or prioritizing your needs in new ways, it may be unfamiliar territory for him. Honor the effort. Show gratitude, even if it's just a whispered thank you or holding him tighter when the moment settles. And most importantly, stay authentic. If you're not sure what you're feeling yet, that's okay. Love doesn't demand perfect clarity. It asks for presence and honesty. Let him know you appreciate the way he's showing up, even if you're still understanding your own emotions. When love is real, intimacy becomes a dialogue, not just a moment. So respond with your heart, with gentleness, with awareness, and watch how that mutual emotional investment transforms your connection into something truly rare. Because when you both feel safe, seen, and supported, that's when love becomes unshakable. That's when it's more than a feeling. It's a shared experience you both want to protect and nurture together. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on what all these signs really mean. When a man loves you deeply, it shows not just in the big moments, but especially in the small, unspoken ones. The way he holds you after intimacy, the way his eyes stay on yours a little longer, how he listens to your body, your breath, your silence. These aren't accidents. These are expressions of a love that's real, steady, and rooted in something far deeper than desire. But remember, love isn't perfect. It doesn't always show up the way we expect. And it rarely looks like a movie script. It can be quiet, it can be awkward, it can be vulnerable. But if a man is showing up consistently with presence, respect, care, and emotional truth, don't ignore it. In a world that often confuses attention with affection and performance with passion, these signs are sacred. And if you see these signs, ask yourself, am I creating space for love to grow here? Love needs safety. It needs honesty. It needs both people to choose vulnerability again and again. If he's giving you that, nurture it, speak into it, let him know you see it and you value it. Because when you affirm emotional intimacy, you invite more of it into the relationship. At the same time, don't settle for less. If you're not feeling these signs, if intimacy feels one-sided, disconnected, or purely physical, honor your intuition. You deserve more than just attention. You deserve connection, depth, meaning, and you are not too much for wanting those things. You're just asking for real love, and there is nothing wrong with that. So take what you've learned today and carry it forward into your own relationships with more clarity and confidence. Notice the signs, protect your heart, and when you do find that rare kind of love, the one that feels safe, seen, and emotionally full, don't run from it. Lean in, it's worth it. Love is not just how someone touches your body, it's how they protect your soul. And if a man is showing you that kind of love, you've found something beautiful. Hold it close and keep showing up for each other fully, honestly, and always with heart.